I want to talk to you about 5 reasons why middle-aged people should buy an e-bike. And I'm talking about the average middle-aged person. Usually we're a little overweight, we like the couch more than we like physical fitness. And the people that are in shape, the middle-agers that are very active and maybe traditional bikers, and they go out and do 15, 20, 60 miles, whatever it is, fantastic for them. But I'm trying to get more people active just like I got more active. So let's get started. Number 1, buying an e-bike. It gets you on a bicycle more often than you would otherwise, right? So middle-aged people, a lot of times we've got bad knees, we've got bad hips, we've got bad shoulders, things like this. And so a traditional bike, it's more stressful. You don't want to have to worry about the hills, you have to worry about the distances. Maybe you can get somewhere, but you worry about getting back, and the e-bike helps with all of that. It can get you out on the bike. You'll be more active than you would if you're sitting on the couch, and maybe you're not going to be in shape for doing the bicycle event in the Olympics, but you're going to be moving more than you did the day before, just incrementally, and I think that in itself is success. Number 2, let's talk about range, resistance, and revolutions. So let's talk about range first. You're going further on e-bikes than you are on a traditional bike. They say overall e-bikers go further than traditional bicyclists, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I don't really care. It's not a competition. All I know is I'm going further on my e-bike than I would if I was pedaling a traditional bike. Resistance. There should be a little resistance when you're biking. Don't use your pedal assist too much, right? Have some type of physical exertion involved. Don't use the throttle exclusively. Sometimes you can use that on hills to assist you and this and that, but that's when you just want to have fun. But when you're out there and you want to get a little exercise, go ahead and do that. And then if you do get tired, you can rely on a higher level of pedal assist or the throttle alone to get you back. So that combined with the range, it gives you less apprehension of going further and getting out of your neighborhood or around your town. And revolutions. Revolutions sort of goes back to the range, but don't rely exclusively on your throttle on the e-bike, but it's about the number of revolutions that you're doing and the resistance that you're doing it with. That is exercise. I don't care what anybody says. It may not be as much exercise as somebody who's training for the Olympics, but it is exercise nonetheless. And again, as long as it's what you are doing today, which is just a little bit more than you did yesterday or last weekend, then you're moving in the right direction. Number 3, middle-agers, usually you're married or maybe you're in a group of friends. You got a lot of friends when you're middle-aged. It can get other people to join you in this activity, right? So if I'm riding a traditional bike and I like to go hit the road, chances are my wife's not going to like to do that. But she loves e-biking with me. It's something we can do together, and we both have a blast doing it. Would we have as much fun if we were using traditional bikes, Tom and Maria? Probably not. I've got a pair of neighbors, John and Kelly, you know who you are, and they're on bikes all the time, very active. That's what they love to do together. But that's not what Maria and I like to do together. But if you throw the electric bike part of it together, we do enjoy that, and it's a blast. So it can be inclusive. It can bring others together that normally wouldn't get together if they were riding just traditional bikes. Number 4, you can ride in groups and not have to worry about keeping up. So an e-bike is sort of an equalizer, right? As long as that group of traditional bicyclists accept you, and I don't know why they wouldn't, it's an equalizer when they go out on the road. So you can use your pedal assist in different levels in order to maintain a certain speed, or if they're going for a longer distance, like some of the harder core cyclists do, you can keep up at that speed over that length of time and that distance, and again participate and make it an inclusive sport instead of an exclusive sport. So it's something that you can do as a hobby with traditional bikers. Number 5, lastly, middle-agers, you know, most of us want to be in better shape, and this is something that we can do to help move us in that direction. So just the mental health overall. It just feels really fun. It's really cool. Come back from a ride, you did some pedaling, you got out, you're breathing fresh air, you went out around your neighborhood or around your town, you're exploring areas that maybe you wouldn't in a car, right? That makes it really interesting. You stop and talk to people as they're walking, their friends that you know, or you pet a dog. You know, things like this, it gets you out and about, you're more active in your surroundings, and you've done a little bit of exercise, again, just a little bit more than you did the day before, the weekend before, and so the mental health aspect for middle-aged people, I think, is just fantastic. And that's it. I've researched this. That's my top 5 reasons. It's been very beneficial for my wife and I, and I would encourage middle-agers who are on the fence of whether they should get an e-bike or not. I would say do it. Go for it. Buy one to start off with. You and your significant other can both, you know, change off and test the bike, or if you look online, you can find some groups of riders and you can go and check out the bikes that they've got before you make that purchase. A lot of the e-bikes are purchased just online, so you buy and you're sort of committed to that. I'm not quite sure about a return policy, but it's something that you may want to check out. But again, I think there's a lot of positive aspects to e-biking that middle-agers wouldn't get otherwise, and I think it's a fantastic excuse to get out in your surroundings and get a little more exercise.